chicken ready. We got our Brussels. Doing a little bit of lunch at the shop. Great way to start a work week, I'll tell you what. So here we have Mr. Joe.
Hello.
Joe Murph. Joe Murph is the man. So Joe helps us to manage and run the shop, oversees all the assets, a lot of the operations of what we're doing here on a day-to-day basis here at Four Ocean, Florida. Ooh, boy.
Word.
Oh, it's a new day and age, my man. We got all sorts of stuff. So we loaded up. We're gonna be regularly cooking, regularly grilling. What's the verdict?
They're pretty good.
We're gonna go and get the gear. Yeah, so these are the long blades. I like these because they are easier to kind of steer and navigate with the scooter. And if you need to kick, if the scooter dies, you wanna have some long blades over some short blades. Short blades are like these. These are smaller dive fins, and these are long blades. So these are made out of carbon fiber, very durable, have a lot of bounce, a lot of pop to them, and they will help propel you through the water with less effort. Dive belt, dive knife, D-ring on there with a small elastic bungee. Clip this guy to the scooter, pulls you around. This is the blue that I talked about with the OTS mask. And so you have these batteries. And so I'll go through this system when we're on the water, but you have interchangeable batteries that go in here. And the traditional blue doesn't have this orange cord. This is a Alex Holmes special. The reason why I have the cord on here is I have it tethered because I use this lanyard. So I'll hook the cord here and lead that to the back, where it is then tied to the back strap, so that when I'm pulling this, all of that tension is solely on the paracord. It's not on the actual blue system itself. This is the dive flag and air intake. So this is a kind of a dual purpose. You'll put this in the top. Right here you have your dive intake. This is not only going to alert people that you are diving, but now this keeps your air intake much higher, so that way you're breathing nice, clean air. We're gonna bring scuba suits. The issue is with things like this, whenever you're on the dive scooter and you're getting pulled around, you're not exerting like hardly any energy. So I'm just like, you know, using the scooter to pull around. So like, you're not moving and warming yourself up. So you'll get really cold in water that is traditionally pretty warm. So these are our underwater dive scooters. These things are awesome. These same exact concept. We have interchangeable batteries in here, but we're gonna bring 2 sets of batteries. So it's 4 batteries. And then up top, we've got our blue charging systems. This is where you can use these batteries. These guys are all topped off. That's your battery for the blue dive system. We got power. We're ready to go. The boat is launched, and it's time to head out there. Not gonna lie, conditions are a little less than ideal. It is starting to rain, wind is whipping, but we do have some decent visibility, so I think we'll be all right. So let's go see what we can do. I do actually like diving in intercoastal dives in conditions like this over like a nice sunny afternoon. So, you know, you get a day like this, kind of rainy, a little overcast. There's not gonna be as many people out on the water, which is safer for diving like this. I mean, but you know, that's why I like using this little skiff, because I've got the flag up, I've got all my gear. You know, the people see the kayak, and honestly, the line, when I'm attached to the blue and attached to the kayak, I'm only, you know, 10 feet off of this kayak. So it's not as dangerous as like just aimlessly swimming around the intercoastal or swimming into Lake Boca with no flag or anything like that. So basically I'm directly under this kayak, so it's a lot safer for that type of diving. And when it's overcast like this, not as many people are on the water. Not bad, huh? Gotta kick back, relax, enjoy the day. I talk about it in a lot of videos. You know, a lot of this diving is dependent upon the tides. Over here, we always wait for incoming tide. Incoming is bringing clean fresh water, clean salt water, but clean water from the Gulf Stream, which is a powerful current that runs south to north along Florida's coastline. And it's bringing in that nice clear water, and outgoing typically brings all of the rainwater, the kind of brown murky stuff. So you'll talk of viz, and viz is like visibility. The goal is to get out here. We're gonna jump in with the blue system, go do some laps around the lake, see what we can find. Probably go through 2 batteries, I think. You know, just depending. We're gonna see how this weather holds out. If it starts getting super gnarly or any thunderstorms or anything, we're definitely gonna make a move, but just for going out here and just cruising, collecting stuff, it'll be super easy. But I'm stoked. I'm gonna get my gear dialed in, hook everything up, make sure we're operating nicely. This little micro skiff is so fun. And this was like such a fun project. I got the micro skiff from Bass Pro. This is an Ascend 133X. So it's like a roto-molded kayak, but they come from the factory. They're not great. Like I had to pull, you can see, I'll show you, I had to pull every single screw out of this thing and then re-silicone it and reseal it because it would just let so much water in. There was like the drain plugs on the back that they had it on the top of the transom. So when it's on the trailer, there's no way that it could drain. So I had to put 2 new drain plugs on it. You know, I fabricated kind of some mounts to hold this bin in so I can trailer down the road and they can hold it. The trolling motor mount, I had to make some custom mounts for it and put some aluminum angle aluminum brackets underneath the front platform so that it's a little bit more stable because it's pretty wobbly. I mean, all in all, it's a great little platform. For the price, it's awesome for doing this type of stuff. You know, throwing a little trolling motor on it, ripping out here, having some fun. It's easy to wash down. Like I love being able to go solo. You know, I talk about that a lot as well, is it's really hard to be able to go out on the boat when there's a bunch of people that you got to kind of plan, right? You have to have multiple people and really get a lot of people going. Planning takes a long time and it's tough to make, you know, schedules align. But with this, like just today, right? It's Monday. I did all my admin work in the morning, took all my meetings, was able to do everything, talk to some partners, talk to the team, make sure everything's going well, and everybody's killing it. Feel very fortunate with the team we have, you know, that allows me to be able to do this stuff. And then, you know, we grilled up some food at the shop, and then said, hey, we're gonna go rip on the micro skiff and go clean up some stuff. So. But it looks, you know, there's not a lot of sunlight, and so whenever you're diving, having a lot of sun will help to brighten up the water and make it easier to see things. So I'm going to head over to the shallow area, so that way I can hook up everything, make sure we're operating and functioning smoothly, and then we're just going to do S-turns all the way down here, you know, facing back and primarily focusing on the areas that a lot of people are partying and hanging out. A lot of stuff has ended up, you know, on the bottom. You never know what we're gonna find. It's gonna be interesting. So time to do a gear check. Let's make it happen. Ooh, doggy, that wind is whipping. So for the Nomad, what you end up doing is put the intake tube in the top, then you're gonna hook up the battery, pull this guy out. So I'm gonna stay shallow, so I have different little rings on this guy. Keeping her safe, playing it cool, playing it safe. So, rig this guy up. It'd be much easier if I just unraveled the whole thing, but I don't want to. There you go. So now we should be good to go. Ah, yeah. I'm gonna spin the mast, it's like a defog. You spin it, rub it around, that way the goggles, the lens doesn't fog up while you're trying to dive. Rinse her real good. So I got my handy dandy trash bag. This guy's on a D-ring, so I'm gonna connect this here like that. So now we're connected. Bungee clips to each side of the scooter. Let's power this guy on. All right, we got power. Yes, sir. All right, we're shaping up for a solid cleanup. Fins, mask, gloves, scooter, trash bag. We're looking pretty good. Dive equipment at the shoulder, so now hooking up the harness. Go down, around the back, up the top, clips across the front, nice and snug. There's a little blue crab right down here. First thing before I get in the water. Walleye! Walleye! Whoa! Nah, just kidding. Pull up the power pole and we're getting going. Basically good to go. Woo! Alright, we got a show. There we go.
Bush latte, baby. Hold on, hold on. Hey, buddy. This right there. Hey, hot. Watch. Here, buddy. Wow, that's an OG one right there. Oh. Wow, that's an old anchor.
All right, that was a great first dive. Let's get the haul. So what I like to do is I like to dump out all the trash and then just go through each thing to make sure that you don't get any crabs, any fish. We had octopus that hang out in some of these things, but basically you just want to inspect all the trash and make sure that you ain't got any critters in there. So keep an eye on her. But I'm gonna drop this guy in, get set up for another dive, and head back out. And we'll be ready to get back after him. Dude, the wind is whipping. Look at this flag. Absolutely hauling. These are prime selling hours, man. I got a few friends who watch The Office that'll appreciate that one. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a new battery in this guy, go back up to where, basically right over this area here, everything's situated, dive back in, and go do another dive. But we're gonna empty the hull here. Oh, I'm laughing because it's like I'm in the perfect spot to clean up right now, but I've got to reset the gear, and it just makes me think of that Office episode. Vikram, the sales rep. Come on, man, these are prime selling hours. What are we doing? This is prime cleanup area. What are we doing here?
Oh, we got some goggles.
Getting those anchors will wear you out. Oh my gosh. All right, that was a good dive. Whew. I'm exhausted. But had another solid little pickup. I gotta say, it's a lot cleaner than I've seen it in a while, which is great. That's awesome. But your boy's getting cold. And lifting anchors is no small task. Yeah. Okay. Whew, it's getting chilly. Alright, let's check out the hull. Oh, dang, that's a big anchor. Giant bent up anchor. More plastic, trash, garbage. All sorts of stuff. Nice little haul. Yeah, like I said, I think everybody's just having a good time out here, keeping this place clean. But it's definitely a lot cleaner than I've seen in a while. I mean, normally I can fill up most of this trash bin. That's a good problem. It's a great problem to have. It's a great little dive. Always love getting out, getting in the water. Beats getting in the office, I'll tell you what. I will pick dirty, slightly dirty viz and overcast sun day of diving any day before sitting in the office all day. But it's all about balance. All right, let me grab this thing. We'll pack up and we'll head on out. It's another reason why I like these dive kayaks. Like, they can just fill up with water like this, but they just got these drain holes and it just drains out. No worries. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm freezing right now. It is so cold. That wind is blowing. Oh, coming in hot. There we go. Okay, we made it back to the ramp. I need to warm up the fire, some hot cocoa. Woo! Don't tie up like I tie up. That was just crazy. That's a bingo. All right. Trailer's good. We're just gonna put all the gear in the back of the truck, get this guy hooked up. Lots of trash, man. Anchors are so heavy. We are back at the shop. Have the micro skiff back loaded up. Gonna get everything cleaned up, clean all of the gear, but all of the hull. Not a bad little rig for a couple hours diving. Just a quick little cleanup. I mean, the great thing is, from a weight perspective, did all right. I'll tell you what, this thing is, we didn't go for volume. As Joe, what'd you say, Joe? We're not doing volume today, but we're doing weight. Pretty gnarly, but we're gonna get all this stuff sorted, documented, and then we're gonna take care of it, sort all stuff, get it ready for processing. But today was a solid little day. If you guys enjoyed this, please like, share, comment, let us know what do you want to see out there. Thanks so much for following along on the cleanup on the micro skiff, aka the dumpster diver. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Take it easy.